I've been low, lower than the floor. That negativity you force on top of me. Only I can set me free. I wanna be the best that I can be. You better go,
All right, what's going on? It is a Saturday night. Big Ten's going on tonight. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the Chiefs and Bengals. Let's get straight to it. Some preview here. Enough talk. Facts and stats, baby. Bengals are on a 3-game winning streak against Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Carolina. Chiefs are dominating right now, so they're doing pretty well. They just come off a win with the Rams 26-10, and the Bengals just came off a win with the Titans 2016. The Burrow Bengals. 3,160 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 8 INTs, mixing with 605 yards, rushing, 6 touchdowns. T. Higgins, almost coming up to 1,000 yards, 826 yards, 4 touchdowns to be exact. Now you're wanting to get some stats and facts. That's what I'm all about, baby. Game facts, stats, and facts. These teams played twice last season, both of which resulted in 3-point wins for the Bengals, Week 17 in Cincinnati, AFC Championship in Kansas City. The Chiefs' last road win against the Bengals came in Week 2 back in 1984. That was a good year. That's when your boy was born. Lost 6 straight since then. Stats and facts. The Chiefs beat the Rams 26-10 at home last week. We talked about that. Their 5th consecutive win. Kansas City has allowed 18.8 points per game in those 5 games. 8th best in the NFL since Week 7. The Chiefs allowed 24.8 points per game in Week 1 through 6. 25th best in the league. So they're allowing some points here. That was in the beginning of the year. Anyways, game facts and stats. Travis Kelce caught his 12th touchdown pass of the season last week. Listen to this. No other tight end has more than 5 touchdown receptions. The largest all-time gap between a league leader and a second place among tight ends is 6, done by Gronky in 2011 and Antonio Gates back in 2004. The San Diego Padres. Anyways. Padres. Oh my gosh, what a freaking idiot. The San Diego Chargers. Go Chargers. Facts and stats. Bengals beat the Titans 2016 in Tennessee last week, giving them the first 3-game winning streak of the season since 2018. They're now 3-34, including postseason, when scoring 20 or fewer points. 2 of the wins are against Tennessee, so they need to score above 20 to get off that 3-34 schneid. Stats and facts. T. Higgins had 7 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown, his 9th career 100-yard game. The Bengals are now 5-4 in those games. It is also his 4th career game and his first of the season with multiple receptions of at least 25 yards. So T. Higgins, look for him to go off. Jamar Chase is back. Cincinnati is, I was just throwing that in there. But stats and facts, Cincinnati has converted 78%, 25 for 32 of its third downs this season when needing fewer than 4 yards, the best mark in the league. They've also allowed opponents to convert such third downs at 76.5%, 26 to 34, the worst defensive mark in the league. So they're good at third downs at 3rd and 4 or less, but they're also giving it up. So that's not good. And there's your Bengals Chiefs stats and facts. Points per game, I'm just looking at this, 29.6 to Kansas City, but Bengals are right on their heels there. They're 5th in the NFL, 25.9. So that's a really good stat right there. Points scored per game in the league. Chiefs, Bengals, top 5. And then here, check this out. Passing yards per game. And that both of them are in the top 3. 325.9. The Chiefs are number 1 in the NFL. And the Bengals are number 3. 291.4. So that is your stats. And your third down efficiency percentage. 51.2 to 47. That's Chiefs against Bengals. And they're 2-4 in the league. Sunday, December 4th, Sunday Fun Day, 4:25 on CBS at Paycor Stadium in the Nasty Natty. Kansas City's favored by 2.5, over-under 53, but we'll get to that here in a second. We just wanted to do stats and facts. I was kind of talk about the preview here with the Bengals and Chiefs. I don't know how much we're going to talk about, but I don't want to talk about too long. Bengals safety Von Bell said the timing of the season's game against the Chiefs feels a lot like last season. But the Bengals beat the Chiefs 34-31 in Cincinnati on January 2nd to clinch the AFC North title. In our rematch, Kansas City is the AFC Championship game on January 30th. Bengals earned a trip to the Super Bowl with a 27-24 overtime win. So hopefully that happens. Chiefs are 9-2 behind Patrick Mahomes. 26-10 win over the Rams. We talked about all that. Let's just go ahead and get started here. I just missed it. Quarterback Joe Burrow figuring out how to win without his best receiver, Jamar Chase, but he is back. Chase, who's missed the past 4 games, could be back for Sunday's game. I think he's going to be back. Mixon, who was in concussion protocol, is questionable, so Mixon might be out as well. But P. Ryan, you might want to start P. Ryan. Let's see. Chase comeback. Chase is back at practice for the second consecutive week and said he is ready to play on Sunday. We already got the answer. There it is. Quote, "I feel good, man. I'm here to practice. I'm smiling," Chase said. Nothing that he is pain-free. Chase had 605 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns in 7 games until going out in the injury. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make this kind of quick. I think I talked a little bit too much. 5 things to watch for the Bengals and Chiefs, and then we're going to get into the spread. The offensive fireworks. Let's see. The 2 quarterbacks this season with over 3,000 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns, and fewer than 10 interceptions. Discussion for the NFL Most Valuable Player heats up in December, and Week 13 is a prime opportunity for both signal callers. So here's a pretty cool thing on Twitter. NFL on CBS, the blockbuster saga begins. I'm not going to get into that. Second half defense. Defensive coordinator Lo Anarumo's and game adjustments was never more evident than last season. 2 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs scored 28 and 21 points respectively in the first half of the Week 17 in the AFC Championship. But a high-powered unit was held to 3 second-half points on both occasions, allowing the Bengals to climb back from an early deficit. So the Kansas City Chiefs defense in the second half might do too well. Home field advantage. The Bengals at Paycor Stadium are averaging 34.7 points a game and 457.3 yards in their last 3 games at the venue. They're at Paycor Stadium. That's freaking nuts. So there's your stats and facts. Let's see. The Bengals are feeding off an unprecedented energy at Paycor, which has welcomed over 65,000 fans in 4 consecutive regular season games for the first time since 2007. So they're selling tickets, getting fans in the stands for these home games. Higgins goes for 103 straight. So let's see. Higgins week 11 at Pittsburgh caught a season high 9 passes for 148 yards, 16.4 average, and followed up with Tennessee with 114 yards on 7 grabs. He has 7 games of 100 or more receiving yards since the last season. We talked about that. So look for Higgins to go off. Higgins topped 100 yards in weeks 12 to 14 to tie the third longest streak of consecutive 100-yard receiving games in team history. Only Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, from 2002 and 2006 went over the century mark in 3 straight games more than 1 time. So the undefeated in orange. Since unveiling their new uniforms in 2021, the Bengals have sported their orange jerseys on 3 occasions and have won each game. The orange tops first appeared at Thursday Night Football in the win in Jacksonville on Week 4 of last season, followed by a dominant win 41-10 victory over Pittsburgh in Week 12, and then Week 17 win over Kansas City that clinched the AFC North title game. So they are wearing the orange. Let's see. No Bengals enjoys the orange jersey like Joe Burrow. When wearing the orange, Burrow is 78.9% of his passes, 328 yards, 7 and 1 touchdown interception ratio. In a Week 17 game, the Chiefs last season, he went 30 of 39, 446 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mr. Burrow, Joe Cool, whatever you want to talk about. All right, that should be about it. But I want to go ahead and hit it real quick with the over/under and the spread, and we're going to pick these. Just this game, though. It's just going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow Bengals. Give me 1 second. Alrighty then. 425 on CBS. Oh, shnikes. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, Deshaun Watson's going to be playing, too. But anyways, let's get to the over-under. Kansas City, it has them favored by 2. 47 degrees. Looks like it's going to be partly sunny. Over-under is 53. Like I said, 65+ thousand at Paycor Stadium. Let's see. We're going to go Bengals at home. We're going to pick them. Hopefully they get it. We're going to go 8-4. We're going to put Kansas City at 9-3, and then go over the over on it because I think Higgins is going to go off, and P. Ryan and Mixon if he starts. Good dose of run and pass in this matchup tomorrow afternoon at 4:25 on CBS. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.